Alright, this is Abaddon Offlane game that I just played. Um, I am doing replay commentary of this game because I think this game demonstrates how to counter Visage somewhat and how to play against Visage effectively. Because I know like there are many players out there like asking how Visage is like OP, this guy's a little too strong, and I just lose when I play against him. I agree the concern, like Visage is a really scary guy. He is so he is weak pre-6. In the laning stage, he's not really that strong. He's really weak. But once Visage hits level 6, he will just roam around the map and he'll just kill everyone, and that's really good. Especially like in pumpkins where everybody just sort of like refuses to group up early and fight. They're just like farming solo a lot, right? In the pumpkins, they from the neutral, from the lane. And that's the dream of Visage. Visage is really good at fighting 1 versus 1 team fight, and he is unstoppable once he hits level 6. So, this is actually an interesting part of this game. So Visage had a ward, right? And he knows that we have a clear vision of him when he stands like that, but the ward disappeared. So what does that mean? He put down a ward here, right? So I was like, okay, I mean he put down a ward. But it was a simple trick where Bounty Hunter was standing next to Visage, and Visage gave the ward to Bounty Hunter instead of putting down a ward. So they fooled us. So the ward has been put down right here. So Bounty Hunter put it down. So I knew about this trick. I knew about this trick like 2 years ago. But when I was actually the one playing this game, I got fooled, right? I was like, okay, this Visage is the one who's being so fucking stupid. We're pretty sure he put down a ward. So I asked my team to put down a sentry. But yeah, that was a trick that Visage did. So pretty clever move. I think it's gonna work most of your games. That was really clever. The starting item of this game. This is what I like to do: start shield, 2 sets of tank, heal himself, and a mango. Mango is just good. It gives you a little bit of HP vision. It's like having permanent tango. No longer getting brown boost anymore. It's really useless, right? Because you no longer can get the aggro from the first wave. It really doesn't do anything. So the benefit of having at level 1 a pot of shield and having start shield is that the enemy team cannot deal with you. So by just getting a start shield, you're already really tanky. But pot of shield combined with that, like, how can anyone think about harassing Abaddon with this amount of vision, right? You just can't. So just where like I can be a little bit of aggressive. But I knew that Bounty Hunter was somewhere around here. I was paying attention to the minimap and I saw him coming. So I was standing near my tower. I knew that the lane was pushing. I have broken the lane equilibrium earlier, and TB also popped the meta build, popped the metamorphosis. So I also want to play passive. While this is okay, so it's now off. Now I can be a little more aggressive. So as an offlane, I'm just really happy about all the situation that I'm in. The lane is getting pushed. I have Bounty Hunter. Also a Rubik on me, so I'm drawing a lot of attention. Meaning that Monkey King is farming safely. Lashrak is safer from the gank of Bounty Hunter. So the enemy side pull, I didn't really care about it. I was thinking about, that's all I wanted. Then on the range grip, wanted to go for the bounty run, but Rubik was faster. And I saw that invisibility run, I saw that Rubik was going back. But I knew I was late. Rubik had a telekinesis, so I cannot get this run. But this was a mistake. I should have just stayed in the tower and have gotten the experience instead of wasting my time like that. So that was a really bad play by me as an offlane. I can see how inefficient I was in my movement. I should have just stayed in here, like right here, entire time. While like Rubik was moving around the map and Bounty Hunter was missing. I should have just stand here. I'd have gotten like 3 last hit, 4 last hit. And yeah. Immediately I knew that I played it wrong after I did what I did. Tailblade is doing a little too much damage, so I really cannot compete losses. So I don't think Brambus was the right item. I mean, I will have to get Brambus eventually, right? But getting Quelling Blade makes sense to me because you want to get the last hit when you're playing 1 versus 1 situation. So if he landed the hook, Tailblade was dead, but that's unfortunate. That just happens. Pressuring, pressuring. Skip a little. Okay, this is the point that I'm not even sure what I'm doing myself. Like, I'm just roaming around. It's not even bounty run time, but I ditched the lane where Trailblade was left alone, and I'm just, what the fuck am I doing, man? Okay, so I'm not a good offlaner. I am definitely like mediocre or even be considered below average offlaner in 5k MMR. So when I play support, I just have confidence. So I main in support, so you guys know that. I just know that I am a good support, right? I am capable of outperforming the other two supports because I'm that good. But when I play offlane, I'm slightly confused. I just keep asking myself, is this the right play? What am I doing, right? So that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm just playing bad. I am just playing bad. So I'm not good offlaner myself. Got the Quelling Blade because I want to hit Lasso better. So I should have been level 3. Right now I should have been level 3 and even level 3.5. And this right now is where I am making the right rotation. It was the bounty run time. So I'm gonna call it the double bounty run. So I was a little surprised how Warlock rotated kind of early. I mean, I didn't need him. I get it that they want to win the lane, or maybe they were pissed off at Monkey King for some reason. Because we're losing the game 4-2. Hook missed again. That's fine. That happens. Yeah, I could definitely appreciate the solo experience. I don't know what my supports are doing here. But I was like, whatever. Okay, do your thing. I'm just gonna kill Lasso with a bounty hunter. But can we really kill him? I mean, I'm out of mana. I don't have any mana to save him. So I was like, okay, fuck this, we're screwed. They really should have just left me alone. They weren't really doing anything by just coming here. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose was. Okay, I'm gonna die, but I TP back to the lane right away. Now I have the magic wand. I will have better mana sustain. Did he die here? Missed the hook, but he was kind of out of position, so Putz decided to go in. Want to help him? Okay, he's dead. I drew everything I had, but I'm only level 3. If I was level 4 and had 2 points of powder shield, I'm sure I could have survived rescues Putz from there. But that bounty hunter was not something that I was expecting, so Warlock is gonna die. So all I want right now is to hit level 4. Hit level 4. Push did that, good job. I knew that if the enemy team wants to kill me, they have to pop up the Metamorphosis. Bounty Hunter, yeah, is a good damage, but Rubik plus Bounty Hunter is never enough to kill me with 2 points of powder shield. So that is my calculation. I even have 6 charge of magic stick, magic wand. We can definitely contest it. I actually wanted to wait a little bit so that I cast my powder shield when Rubik lifts him up, because it dispels, right? But I was not close enough to do that. But ideally, when you play Abaddon, you want to use the spell not just like every time off the cooldown, but to dispel the enemy disable. That's how you play Abaddon to the maximum potential. Okay. And in this game, my itemization was a little different from majority of other offlaners. So if you play Abaddon and you're offlaner, 90% of the players will get Helm of Dominator because it is the meta item. But I disagree. So this is a game where like you benefit by getting early Vladmir. So first of all, the reason I like Vladmir so much is that the build up is amazing. I start with the Ring of Basilisk. This gives me a little bit of damage, mana regen, and pushing a bleed is really good. It's really amazing. I wanted to save him, but I failed. But let's shrug rotate it. Let's watch this fight first. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Yeah, TB did not have ultimate. TB did not have ultimate, so he died. Did he die too? Not sure. Oh, he juked little. Okay. Well, let's shrug rotate it. Thank God. He's making some he's adding some difference to the game by doing that. So what I was expecting to happen is at some point of the game, we will push off Terrorblade out of this lane, and we will have an advantage because I'm Abaddon and because my team is rotating around the map. And by just having this one single item, it's so much better, so much stronger at pushing. See how strong I am. I'm just tanking a little bit because I have a healing self. I'm already getting the tier 1 tower. Like, the tower had like almost 100 HP, but when I had a space for like 10 seconds, I am getting this tower. So this is insane. I think this item is insane, and all day, even though I don't want to get Vladmir, I'll just pick up Ring Up Basilisk as my first item when I play Abaddon offlane. Getting this tower was crucial. This tower was protecting the Terrorblaze farm, the jungle cam. It was really important, but I got the tower earlier than them, right? So this is a lot. To me, this is like how you win the game. So Let's Rock is keep rotating around the map. It's gonna kill the bounty hunter, impale, and this is exactly how you use your Butter Shield. I was waiting for this guy to use his impale, and I used my Butter Shield to, you know, cancel the stun. The guy's gonna die. Very good. So talking about how to play effectively against Visage. I mentioned already that if you're left alone and you're doing 1 versus 1 Visage after he hits level 6, you're killing yourself, right? That's how you kill yourself. But the counterplay to that is simple, right? If you can't win 1 versus 1, why not play 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, or 4 versus 4, or 5 versus 5 team fight? That is where Visage is not doing that well, I mean relatively, because Abaddon is a hero that is capable of saving your allies, right? So if you get Vladmir, what's going to happen is naturally your team wants to stick with you. It gives your team a motivation to stick with you earlier. You have a Vladmir, you're gonna stick with the guy, push tier 1 tower middle, push tier 1 tower safe lane, or just, you know, push tier 2, all the things, all the options, right? Whereas if you get Helm Dominator, all that basically you're saying is, I don't know, it's good. Obviously the item is good, right? The item was about the same way, but it doesn't give you the lifesteal. And if you look at this game, Monkey King is definitely the guy that can benefit a lot from having Vladmir. He appreciate the bonus damage. He appreciate the little bit of HP regen, mana regen, and also the bonus damage amplification. Monkey King will love that. So my prediction was that we will take team fights very early, much before Terrorblade gets before Terrorblade power spikes. We will take team fights, and by me getting Vladmir, I will help Monkey King a lot and just winning the battles that we take. So I was thinking about tipping to the top lane because, you know, the tower is alive and everybody was there, but I saw the catapult and I knew that if I just leave this lane, Terrorblade will get the free tower, and from there he can come back. So I wanted to stay a little bit and just get rid of this tower, the catapult. Finish the Vladmir, and this is where like I can officially thinking about taking to the top. But nothing really was happening. The catapult is still here, and the enemy team is overextending on Abaddon, which I think was stupid. So I was surviving, asking my team to react to it. They caught him, and the enemy team is not gonna pay for it. That I wanted to save Push, I didn't want him to die. So I was following him a little bit. Terrorblade finally has ultimate, but Let's Rock doing too much damage, heals him up, still doing damage. That is awesome, right? So it's like kind of working the same way as Death Prophet. It's the same logic as when Death Prophet is getting heals up there. You yourself, but as long as your ultimate is activated, you will deal damage while you're up in the air. So that's something cool about Let's Rock. So Let's Rock was roaming around the map more actively than the enemy team Visage, which I think was how this guy was winning the game, helping us to win the game. Visage's focus was focused on not roaming, but he was focused on taking the tier 1 tower in the middle, which also makes sense. Tier 1 middle tower is just a huge objective. So we lost the tier 1 tower in the middle, enemy team still has it, but we were catching up by killing. So it was like 8-3 at the beginning, 8-2, something like that. But as Let's Rock was roaming around the map, we got the kills back and we got the gold back. So this is where like my Monkey King was telling me that I shouldn't be there because the enemy team is there, but I kind of underestimated how strong Visage is. So I knew that since I have Vladmir and Monkey is going to be near me, and I have an ultimate what I expected to happen is I will survive. I'll just survive from popping my ultimate, but and therefore give my time to TP back up and we wipe them, we counter attack. But that was my misjudgment. But while we were mingling around, Nashra got the middle tower, so that's another thing that this guy was making the right decision. So he knew that he was not capable of saving everybody by taking top, so he just pushed middle, which he is capable of doing it because he has Nashra, and we got the tower. This was kind of a little pain in the ass from our perspective, and I appreciated how Nashra just got the tower. So that was a good decision by him, and I wanted to save this tower. I knew that if at least one person TPs, I can save him and we can take a good fight. But I guess my team did not agree with me, so okay, whatever. But so I figured Visage was alone. I figured this guy was alone, and as soon as I saw we're making the minimap, I knew that I had to run away. Bounty's here. Telekinesis. Alright. I should not have popped my ultimate now that that's it. I mean, I thought I bought enough time for my allies to, you know, to react TP, but they were late. But this is actually not bad because the enemy team, Terrorblade, died, and my team is now pushing tier 2 tower bottom. So this is okay. This is much better than just jungling, right? I see so many players when they can actually stay in the lane, they are just too afraid of dying and they just go jungle. But this is where like I actually can safe to say I made a space to my team. So Terrorblade died, I died. You know, that's a really good trade, right? You want to kill Terrorblade, but do you really want to kill Abaddon by investing so much time and, you know, your mana and HP? Like, it's not a good situation. You shouldn't be that happy, right? So I was okay about that. But the reason why I was obsessed about just keep tipping to the top lane is because I wanted to take this tower. So my personality is, if we are strong enough to push tower early, like we have to. I don't want to see this tower alive in the next 5 minutes. I'm gonna get this tower. So I'm kept using my product shield to the creep that is in the front line to push faster. That's one trick that you can do as Abaddon. Watch that closely. Again, every time I say it, all those small difference will make the big difference. My next item was Solar Crest. I'm gonna finish the medallion. The reason is Solar Crest is just so good against Visage, right? So how does Visage kill anyone? He initiates with Soul Assumption and Slow, and then he'll just kill the guy with the Familiars, right? But if you have a Solar Crest, you actually save your allies by just using the Solar Crest on the guy that is getting focused by Visage. That is really simple but really effective. So Solar Crest is definitely the item that I want to get at this point. And Vladmir just makes sense to me. Monkey King appreciated. It makes me stronger in team fight. It makes us stronger in team fighting. So it's just good. Really good, better sustain. I think I personally find this better sustaining than Helm of Dominator. Much better sustaining because this gives you lifesteal. Whether you're melee or range, it's so just out of the league. Much better than Helm of Dominator. So if you're looking for an item that gives you and your team sustaining in the lane, this is your pickup. And I think it's the recent patch, like how everybody got nerfed of HP regeneration and how Magic Wand no longer give no longer gives HP regen. This item Vladmir got indirectly buffed. That's how I see the situation right now. Every hero appreciates the HP regen aura from the Vladmir. Okay, wanted to save Warlock. I think I did save him. He would have died. He would have died right away. But once I knew that I cannot save him any longer, I gave him up. And by saving Push, I knew that we ended up killing someone. So I had to do it. It could have been on Monkey King maybe. I made a slightly wrong decision, but Leshrac came out of nowhere, and then he murdered everyone. So I casted the Pot of Shield and Miscoil to Push. Maybe that was a little bit of overly reacting myself. Maybe just a Pot of Shield was enough, and it should have healed Monkey King because he's our core hero. But we killed everyone, so I'm happy with it. But I'm just trying to focus on the small things that matter. The reason why I decided to save Pudge was that by saving him and by letting him to cast ultimate, that changes the game, that changes the battle. That was my just instinct when we were in that battle. So it's really hard for any player to make the right decision after registering the thinking process. It's really hard, right? The battle ends within like 10 seconds, and do you think humans are capable of calculating all that weird outliers and damage and what's gonna happen if I did it? It's really hard, right? I'm doing my best, but I admit I'm not perfect at doing that still. But if you reach like 6k and 7k more, players actually are capable of doing it much better and much faster. I'm really impressed how every time I watch their play, what's their 7k average game, they're just so good. They're just so good and playing flawless. I don't even know how they do it. Maybe it only happened after endless of practicing and grinding. But yeah, they're definitely much better than doing it. So I can tell if I did it right or wrong after watching the replay and watching in slow motion. But can I actually do it in my games while we are playing the game? No, probably not. So that's the difference between 5k and 7k players or pro players. Okay, so we are now smoke ganking. Not sure if this is gonna work, but we had a good vision, so we knew that Visage was there. We wanted someone else in the front line that can initiate, so it's gonna be Pudge. Found Visage, just gonna one click him. Solar Crest. He's gonna die. Also found Bounty Hunter. Oh, he healed him up. Alright. We got this boy. And you'll see how I am dancing after. I'm gonna, should I go back? Should I go in? Should I go back? Should I go in? But the reason why I'm doing this is because I didn't want Terrorblade to take the tier 2 tower in the middle. So I didn't have a TP. So my immediate reaction was that, okay, I should go to the side shop and get a TP and TP to the middle. But Leshrac was already going there. So Leshrac again, this guy is making the right choice. He was defending middle, save Pudge, got next assassin. We're gonna get the tier 2 tower. I love Leshrac in this game. Like every decision that he made was just, it was just right decision, right? And okay, so right now I was thinking of doing Roshan maybe because everybody else was dead. We got under control or push tier 2 tower top, but Leshrac was already there. But this is where like I saw in the minimap that everybody was top. Leshrac got caught and he dies, but he has a Bloodstone. He's gonna come back in 10 seconds. Bounty Hunter making the same mistake. It's running into us. It's gonna die. Oh, that was a little unfortunate. Warwick survived by having 3 dance. But Leshrac just came back with Bloodstone and Boots of Trouble. That easy, right? That easy. Net worth. So, seeing that Warwick and Bounty was dead, there's no reason for us when 2 of their heroes are dead to just play passive. We gotta play aggressive, especially when you are capable of pushing tower with fast. We even have a catapult, right? We're dealing a lot of tower damages where Vladmir and Abaddon's passive Shine is really good at pushing. So by having Vladmir, I'm giving a really good sustaining ability to my team. Look how like Monkey King is getting HP by just hitting. That seems little, but I think that's a lot, to be honest. That's a lot of difference. Like how like, see how like everybody in my team is almost always staying higher than 70% of HP? I feel like that is my job as Abaddon, and you should get those items that allow you to do that. Okay, so we killed everybody in the middle. We got the middle racks and we're rotating to the bottom. See how fast we're pushing with the passive. This is a lot of damage. Okay, looks like we're gonna get the racks again. They popped the 40. Oh, Pudge found someone. Impale. I don't want to fuck around. I just want to get the racks. That's what we did. Yeah, now feel free to walk around and just fuck around. Save Pudge. Not intended, but my pop shield did go in at the right time. Another really good impale, but they cannot kill Leshrac that easily when Abaddon is staying behind him. So this is the beauty of playing Abaddon. Sometimes you want to be in the front line, but sometimes you just save your allies by just staying behind. although you have the item and all the tools to stay frontline. But just staying behind, like, you can bait them and just make the enemy team overextend. This is how like Abaddon should be played. And my next item was Vanguard, and I wanted to get the Crimson Guard. So this is how I translated this game into my perspective. Crimson Guard would work more or less as the same as healing my allies because it blocks the damage. So it's like talking about how armor is sometimes better than having raw HP. They have Turboblade, they have Visage, a lot of physical damage, right? I mean, yeah, the Visage does magical damage, but the most concern that I had in my mind was the physical damage from Turboblade and Visage, the familiars. But again, Crimson Guard, if anyone is in danger getting focused by Turboblade or Visage, I'll just Solar Crest my ally and pop up the Crimson Guard and just maybe heal him or pot shield. But by getting these two items, Solar Crest and Crimson Guard, it makes the enemy team Visage and Turboblade really hard time to kill anyone. So by just having Abaddon in the enemy team, they are already hard to kill anyone, right? If they were about to burst off anyone, Abaddon casts Miscoil and pot shield, and all of a sudden the allies have a little more time to linger around and just survive. But Solar Crest and Crimson Guard will achieve the same thing. So that was my logic. I think this item was okay, but sometimes Pipe works in the same way, Mech works in the similar way, but having Crimson Guard is that it also makes yourself tanky, and I want to frontline in this game, sort of. So that was my justification, and even without me, my team was murdering everyone top lane. So I was just farming up for the Crimson Guard, and I wanted to join them later or take the Roshan or take it slow, but my team was just much stronger at this point, and they just killed everyone. Let's rock. Really strong. Monkey King God. Battle Fury, yeah, she's really strong. Okay, so this is where I decided that, okay, fuck this thing. I'm just gonna join my team and we can end this game. A little surprised that we didn't even have to take Roshan in this game. But my team was just playing aggressive all the time, and look at how like everyone is just staying up above 80% HP the entire time. It's because Warlock is helping them to stay alive by healing. My team is diving, but I just want to take this round. So okay, I think this was the game. That's how we ended up winning this game. I'm gonna let you guys to watch it through, but is there anything else I want to talk about in this game? Yeah, we're gonna win. So my Crimson Guard really didn't do anything because we won, but let's say that we ended up failing to push, and you know, like the enemy team got the gold back and we didn't push the bottom tower, so it's only middle towers pushed and the game goes on. Then I expect after getting Crimson Guard, I would get Guardian Greaves, honestly. I think that makes sense too, right? I know how like everybody, if you play Abaddon, you get Face Boots, Midas, Radiance, because that's the meta, but I don't like getting meta build, and I don't even think that is good in most of our games, to be honest. But if I get Guardian Greaves, the enemy team cannot kill me. I don't see enemy team killing me. And if they ever were to kill anyone in my team, I can just... There's so many tools I can save my allies. Solar Crest, Crimson Guard, Guardian Greaves, Miscoil Hill, Pot of Shield. And by the time I get the Guardian Greaves, the game should have been over. And I will finish the game by carrying a gem, because Abaddon, you know, is just a really good carrier of gem. You cannot kill Abaddon, therefore Abaddon must carry gem. It hurts Bounty Hunter, it hurts Nyx. So we're just gonna win by carrying gem and Guardian Greaves. That's how I expect things to turn out in the late game. Okay, that was it guys, that was it. Is there anything else I want to mention? I'm still coughing, I'm just doing my best not to cough. Oh, it's funny how this guy got the Vladmir again. So we were thinking about the same. Alright, I think that's it. Thank you for watching guys, goodbye. That was how you play Abaddon Offlane without getting Helm of Dominator but Vladmir.